Hey there guys, and welcome to my Rwby Chapter 1 of the manga review. Yeah, I was super excited for this ever since it was announced on Anime Amino. That's where I first saw news of it. And here's my review of it. Yay. Okay, so the chapter starts off with a color page, which I'll put in. Talking about... No, yeah, it's just saying like it's based off of it. I didn't show it yet. And it starts off with some pretty cool freaking colored action for the first couple pages, which is essentially just recounting, like going over the red trailer for right now. And then it goes back to being in black and white, which I think I'm alone on this, basically, for the most part. Like, there's like 95% of people who like it colored just as much as it being in black and white, but then there's the 5% of us that think I like it in black and white more than in color. Like, I'm okay with the color page every like now and then, but for this one, so yeah, basically I just prefer the black and white stuff to the color stuff. I know I'm not alone with that. And then the next couple pages is just a bunch of action shots, which I want to say this now, the action pictures are the best. How look. I wish I could talk normally, but the action looks the best. It has the best artwork in the chapter, which is very fitting considering that that's how it is in the show. Like, the action usually has the best animation for the majority of the part. Yeah. And it ends where the Rwby trailer ends, with her at the grave. I think that's where the Rwby trailer, well, the red trailer ends. I think so. And it cuts to some point in the future with Rwby, which, and at least the first shot, I don't really like the artwork. I'll put a picture up of it. But I don't really like the artwork for how it looks in that one picture. But then why Spike and Yang all show up and whatever, and after this point I think the artwork looks fine. And now it's basically saying everything that was said in the summary of the first episode. Yeah. And then it says this is a fairy tale of men, monsters, and magic. With them all walking to school. And then Rwby asks what dust exactly is. I see this as kind of like a thing for people who haven't seen Rwby before, which is weird because then you'd also miss out on a lot of other stuff like Roman and everything leading up till this point in the story. Yeah. And she essentially just explains what it is. Like, it's the like elemental stuff that you use or whatever. And I'm not like going over very much, but I mean, chances are you've already seen Rwby, so I don't think I need to. Yeah. Then right after that, Jean gets thrown through the table. Turns out it's Cardinal, and Rwby looks at him, and that's where the chapter ends. Yeah. This is the first chapter of a monthly series, and it's 20 pages. It's only 20 pages because of the stuff at the beginning, like with the intro page, like the whole... I'll put them up. Never mind, I'm going to go all the way back here. I'll just put them up. And yeah, so for a monthly series, only have a 20-page first chapter. I mean, like, I don't want to say that it's awful, but this does suck pretty bad. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. I'm not enjoying the manga so far. Because it's a 20-page chapter. Yeah. How was that fair? Also, it said that this was supposed to be a prequel to the trailers, but it isn't. Because it's starting off the John arc part. The John arc. Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense. Ugh. Yeah. So going over the good things, the artwork, I'm still a little weirded out by that one picture, but other than that, the artwork looks really good and I like it. And the bad parts is, it's not seeming very, well, two things. Three things. One, it doesn't seem very interesting so far because it just showed the Rwby trailer and then immediately to the John Arc part. which is, you know, everyone's favorite part of the entire show. So basically everyone's least favorite. 2, it's not long enough, especially for a first chapter and a monthly release. It's not, it just doesn't cut it, man. And 3, it's supposed to be a prequel series and it's starting off with the John arc part. I'm like going over like, oh, it's the John arc part, it sucks. I freaking hate the John arc part. It's the worst part of the show. Well, I mean, like, no, it's the worst part. It's not that bad, but it's the worst part. So it's weird that it started off at this point, and then we have to wait another month to get anything else. So yeah, especially since the John arc part doesn't really feature Team Rwby that much, even though this is the first part of the Rwby manga. Yeah. Well, that's really all I have. I think I'm gonna have to put the blank there. That's really all I have for this chapter review. I didn't like this chapter at all. I'll keep reading it and reviewing it, but I'm not really going to like it if it keeps going this way. Maybe if it was like 30 or 40 pages long, I'd be okay with it, but it's not, so it's not a good chapter. I don't like it. Bye.